Today, we're going to talk about an incident that is so absurd it defies belief. The Constitutional Court Justice, one of the highest level of legal authorities in South Korea. Yet this man, a Constitutional Court judge, abandoned his seat in the middle of a trial just to erase his past online comments. That alone is already outrageous. But what makes it even worse, those comments weren't just any comments. They were tied to allegations involving child pornography. Now, let's break this all down with some cold, hard facts, one by one. You need to watch this video until the very end, because by the time we're done, you'll be shocked at the kind of deranged people in charge of the legal system. February 11th, 2025, during a constitutional court hearing in South Korea, Moon Hyung-bae suddenly disappears in the middle of a trial. Meanwhile, at that exact moment, his past online comments, left on content featuring underage girls in revealing clothing, began disappearing. Even President Yoon Suk-yeol himself was caught on camera looking absolutely dumbfounded, as if he was thinking, do I really have to stand trial in front of an idiot judge like this? A constitutional court judge, a supposed guardian of the law, abandons a trial just to erase his own dirty and disgusting past. And those comments were found on a video featuring an underage girl in nothing but her underwear. Honestly, this is beyond disgusting, this filthy, perverted piece of trash. I've made countless videos, but never have felt this physically repulsed while recording. Moon Hyung-bae, you are the first to make me feel this. Congratulations. Moon Hyung-bae was actively involved in an online forum that had a history of sharing explicit and illegal content. He wasn't just browsing. There is solid evidence that he left comments, meaning he engaged with that content. And here's the most disturbing part. There are indications that child pornography was being circulated in that very forum. Now, let's ask, what if he were just an ordinary citizen? They'd already be under police investigation, likely arrested and completely destroyed in the public eye. But because this man holds a powerful judicial position, he gets to walk free. If it were anyone else, they'd be in a prison cell. Instead, this man sits on the Supreme Court. And to make it worse, he literally left a live trial just to erase evidence of his past. At this point, he might as well publicly declare, yes, I'm guilty, because that's exactly what his actions say. Now this is where things get truly disturbing. Was Moon Hyung-bae really just some pervert with a scandalous past? If that were all, it might be just a disgusting personal issue of his. But when you look at all his past legal rulings, it becomes downright horrifying. In 2023, he argued that banning someone who is a convicted child porn offender from becoming a public official was unconstitutional. Wow. Are we really supposed to believe this is just a coincidence? Let me break this down for you in simple terms. The laws about child pornography, he damn made sure to carve out an escape route for himself. And the moment his past started to catch up to him, he ran out in the middle of his own trial just to erase the evidence. This isn't just a corrupt judge. This is a man who manipulates the law to serve his own disgusting interests. He knew this day would come eventually, so he made sure to tweak the laws in advance to protect himself. A constitutional court justice, one of the highest legal positions in the country. This is a position that is reserved for the most elite legal minds entrusted with upholding the Constitution. And yet, unfortunately, a man like this ended up sitting in that very seat. Now let me ask you the real questions. Does South Korea's legal system not conduct background checks? Are the citizens of South Korea supposed to believe no one knew about his past? If they didn't know, they're incompetent. If they knew and still appointed him, that's a whole new level of corruption. And here's the most important part. It's time for this disgusting man to be the one on trial. Instead of President Yoon being dragged through legal battles, it's Moon Hyung-bae who should be sitting in that defendant's chair. What kind of country are you living in when a man accused of watching and possessing explicit content of minors is sitting on the highest level bench of South Korea, supposedly protecting justice? If a man like this is a constitutional court judge, can you really even trust the judicial system? A man who flees in the middle of his own trial to delete his past. This is the person upholding the laws. The people of South Korea must decide. Will you let this man walk free? This is a whole-grown adult man who puts on a serious face in court, acting like a respectable judge. But behind the scenes, he watches videos of underage high school girls in their underwear and leaves comments. If this is what a constitutional court judge does, then it's blatantly obvious. South Korea's legal system is rotten to the core. What an absolute joke. Moon Hyung-bae, an old, disgusting pervert and a highly ranked judge.